Guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with just a quick announcement video for you all. This is about something that I am very excited to see coming up in the works, and it is not 40K or whatever Imperial blah 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 Warhammer stuff that you're seeing right now on my screen. This is Epic Warpath. So it's a different company. It's Mantic, who's getting into that epic scaling. Because for the longest time, GW had people bugging them. Hey, bring back epic. We love epic. We want epic scale. I had the epic box back when I was a kid. God, I wish I had held on to that thing. I don't know what happened to it. I got it when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, something like that. But anyway, they gotten rid of that. They got rid of Battlefleet. People have been begging for those games back for the longest time. Still don't know if they'll ever bring back Battlefleet. They went with video games instead. But they kind of brought back Epic 40K, except it's this Legions Imperialis. And like everything else that we've seen recently from GW, it's just horse shit. It is just crap all the way around. They only have one box, and I'll throw a comparison picture. Someone did a really good comparison picture, and I'll throw it on screen for you guys now. And it shows what was versus what is, what you used to get in the starter box versus what you get now. And I remember this, the old starter box, because that's what I got. You had two freaking armies, and they were different. And all the accoutrement that you needed to play the game, and always a little bit of terrain in there now. Now with this new Legions Imperialis stuff, they went back to the scale, but it is not two factions. I think they chose to go with the conflict, right? The Horus Heresy era on purpose, because that allows them to make one set of molds, one set of minis, and then have all the different factions included, because it's really Space Marine versus Space Marine during that time frame. So they're all using pretty much the same equipment, same Titans, same tanks, same dreadnoughts, same infantry looking stuff, and all you have to do is paint them different colors. So if you want two armies, well, just buy two boxes. Except two boxes now are what, $200 roughly? It's outrageous, because back in the day, you could, for a relatively decent price, about $100, you'd get a box that had two full armies in it, or rather close to two full armies, at least enough to actually play a game and have some fun with. And now, for double the price, you get half the amount of stuff. And if you want to play it with someone, they have to go out and buy their own box. But don't worry, you can paint your armies different colors, and they're different. They're different. And if you want some other different units, you can order it. But the basic gist is they didn't put any effort. This is so low effort. This is such a slap in the face to the people who've been crying for 40K Epic to be brought back. Where are the orcs? Where are the Eldar? Where are the Necrons? It's just Space Marines. Yes, Space Marines are great, but that's not the only thing people want. They want to see the other units. They want to have, especially those orcs out there, man. Why are we not getting the orcs back onto the table? God, the orcs were beautiful in that tiny little scale. A little army of orcs all across your table, and now you can't have that. Not in Legions. But do not fear. There are other options, and that is this that we are getting here. Epic Warpath is coming from Mantic, and Mantic, they're not perfect. And if Mantic sees this, I'm not attacking you guys, Mantic. I said it wrong first time. I'm not attacking you guys by any means. Not perfect, but they're like jack of all trades, right? They're not great at any one thing, but they're really good at most things, right? And that's what they're going for here. Like everything else that they've done, they have Warpath, which is their version of 40K, right? They've got Deadzone, which is their version of like Kill Team. Oh, and there's some pictures. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, right here. So they started with a Star Saga, and then here's Deadzone. Looks good. I've got this 3rd edition. It's great. It's beautiful. You know what you get in this box? You get a rule book and a force list book that has all the units for all the different factions. You don't have to go out and buy a new damn codex. You don't have to go out and buy the book, buy all the separate minis. If you've got stand-in minis, because how many of us have minis that would suffice for this? You could throw it right down there on the table. You're good to go, man. They err towards what is easier for the player, right? It's cost-effective gaming. People can't afford to buy a $2,000 army now. I mean, GW, every time you turn around, it's everything that they can do to take another dollar out of your pocket. And Mantic seems to try to put out gaming that provides you options, that allows you to play the game without having to be forced into playing it the way that makes them the most amount of money. Now, of course, yes, they want to sell stuff, but they're doing it in a way that benefits the player. Like I said, so Deadzone is like their version of Kill Team or like Necromunda. That's the smaller scale skirmish combat. And then it's not Warpath, it's Firefight, excuse me. And I do have the core box for this, Firefight, and it is a reasonably costed core box. Gives you everything you need to start the game with a couple of different factions that are different and that play differently, which is what you want, right? I don't have to buy 2 boxes to play the game. What happened to, I want to play this game, let me buy this box and I can play this game? GW has gone way away from that. They want you to buy 10 boxes to be able to play the game. They don't do the one-stop shopping anymore, which is just a slap in the face of the players, but Mantic still does. So like I said, you got Firefight for that, but now they're getting into that epic scale, and they're going to have different vehicles. Now, don't take any of these vehicles or anything I'm showing you now as like absolute, this is what it is, because this is all like test prototype models now, but they are going to be doing a Kickstarter launching soon, supposed to be the early part of 2024. So I saw that and I was like, yeah, I got to make a video letting you guys know about this. There's a bunch of different links that talk about some of the different ways the combat and the movement's going to go. It says here about player, and they all use D8s. Shooting rolls a number of D8s equal to the number of firing bases multiplied by the attack dice value of the weapon. So 6 bases are firing and their weapons have a dice value of 2. The player would roll 12 dice. Easy to understand. Okay. The unit's shoot value tells the player what number they need to count as hit. So that makes sense. So if their shooting value is a 5, all dice that roll 5 plus will be a hit. Some modifiers to the results may apply. For example, the target unit may be in cover. So yeah, this is the type of gameplay we've seen before in things like 40K, but you know, now we've got options and we don't have to mortgage our house to play the game. That's what I'm looking for here. And I guarantee you Mantic is going to give us those type of options when they launch this epic Warpath game. Like I said, with Deadzone, the list was right there. Book laid it out. Every single unit for every single faction. One book came in the starter box. I didn't have to worry about buying a stack of this, that, or the other to do it. The player takes all the dice that hit successfully and rolls equal to or better the AR, so armor value, of the enemy unit. For each successful roll, 1 eligible enemy base in the target unit is removed. Of course, there are things like keywords that offer reroll, saves, armor penetration, and different units will have different mixes of abilities. But put simply, you roll to hit, roll to damage, and that's it. Perfect. Love it. Vehicles with primary weapons can split their fire between 2 enemy units, so primary and secondary weapons. Cool, man. And look here, we've got blast templates, which is something you want. You want that big feel with an epic game. So you want big units, the tiny little infantry moving across. You want all of that. And it is going to be here in spades. Show you guys some more stuff. Nope, that's a one we already looked at. Here you see some of the infantry, potential infantry sculpts. See, sculpts are not final, but this is what they can look like. And These look very similar to the full scale units that I have seen previously. Oh, this is the Plague faction. It's not Plague Bearers. I forget what they're called in this game. And these are those infantry we're just looking at. So those right there, that's what these are. So you're going to have anywhere between like 4 and 1 infantry per the base, just depending on the size of the infantry. Oh yeah, look, see, this is their like normal unit scale here. And then here is epic, what they're going for. I think that works. They're just big enough to give you that the ability to paint them, but not too big to be epic. So it works, basically a third of the size. All right, I want a little bit of detail, but it's not going to take me forever to go through it. It talks about the way the tokens work, and it's, with movement and shooting. It looks like they're all going to be dealing with these types of tokens. So here it's talking about like their movement. They'll have different movement values. So they have like a regular movement, or they can do a sprint, and different movement actions will give them so many inches of movement across the table. Obviously, they'll be able to like assault or move into difficult terrain or hide behind cover. So all that wargaming stuff that you want at the epic scale is here in this game, and it is looking like it is shaping up to be very nice so far. I don't know too much more about it yet. As I find out more, I will definitely let you guys know, but just seeing this stuff has got me so excited. Looks like the game is divided into the 5 phases. So command phase, movement phase, overwatch phase, combat phase, and then a end phase. See, during the command phase, players will roll for initiative, roll their command dice for the round, and place action tokens on each of these units. This last bit is done in secret, with the action tokens placed face down, so players will have to predict what actions their opponent will be taking. Ooh, I like that. If the player has the initiative for the round, they get to choose whether to go first or second in each subsequent phase. Ooh, nice. Command dice determines the number of command points each player has for spending on their army's strategic orders, rerolls, and extra activations. Players roll in the command phase each round, and any unspent command points are not carried over. So about those extra tokens, there are 3 types: Overwatch, Advance, or Sprint. These are the 2 movements I was talking about, and I'm assuming this gives you some type of opportunity fire. The unit will not move, but will be one of the first to fire. It is a required action for units firing indirectly. So the way these tokens are looking like seems very similar to the way tokens had worked for activations for something like Kill Team. The unit can move up to its advance value and will be able to shoot later. For advance and sprint, the unit will not shoot, will move up to its sprint value, which I'm assuming will be like twice its advance value, maybe. So that's kind of where things are at now. I've kind of just given you the brief overview of it. Nope, that's just one of the pictures I was looking for. Nope. Nothing else for Epic Warpath just yet, but it is coming up. It should be launching on Kickstarter very soon. I will be letting you guys know about that as soon as I know, because I am very excited for this one. I'm anticipating a nice core box to start things off with. I don't know how many add-ons they might have available there at the launch, but hopefully a decent amount. And I'm sure that they will have them available at a decent price, because Mantic always seems to offer their games at a fair value. You get a nice amount of stuff to be able to start playing the game for a price that you are willing to pay, unlike GW that keeps chopping their game down in bits. I'm waiting for the day where they don't even offer like a starter box anymore. They just break everything down into the smallest components. They're eventually not going to sell their minis whole. They're going to break them into pieces. If you want I could just see how they like thought it as like as a good thing for you. Now, instead of buying your mini whole and not having any choices, you could buy minis in individual parts. Buy the torso, buy the legs, buy the arms. You can choose what pieces you want your minis to have, each available at the low price of $49.99. Something stupid like that, because it's GW and they don't care about their customers. They only care about themselves. Anyway, stay tuned. Epic Warpath is shaping up to look very nice, and I am very excited to be able to try that one out. Oh, launches on the 14th of February, so it's not too far away. What a Valentine's Day gift to give us. That is an act of love. Getting some epic gameplay down to the table at a price that people can pay. Yay! I'm excited. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.